Yo, you tuning into the Notion Podcast here with your boy Dizzy D Spill. Sitting here with my co-host in the building,
Farmer Poe.
Jelani Evans.
and you are tuning in to the best podcast in the world. How y'all feeling, fellas?
Yeah. I ain't really feeling it.
Okay. Life, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can understand that. Jelani,
I'm maintaining.
maintaining.
You know.
Yeah.
And
Wow.
yourself?
Yeah, all that energy y'all just put out, that's me on the inside. But I'm trying to, I'm trying to gorilla glue that shit together as much, being tired, overworked in areas I don't wish to be overworked. You know what I'm saying? Can be mentally draining at times. But appreciative. You know what I'm saying? Personally, just appreciative of things that I might take for granted on a daily basis or on a monthly or yearly basis. So it's a struggle to try to balance that. You know what I'm saying? So that's where I'm at with it.
I could dig it. Shit. I'm good. I'm just high, I ain't really got no complaints. I wouldn't even say I'm tired. I slept well, got up early, took my vitamins and all of that. CMOS. So I'm good. I'm just, relaxed.
Yo, if you don't take that stuff, does it have an effect on your day? Like if you don't do your daily routines, your vitamins, CMOS and all of that stuff, can it have a drastic effect on your day?
I feel like it. Because now that I have a routine and I do certain things, it's like if I don't do them, I feel like I'm missing a step. You know what I mean?
So your body recognized that?
After doing it so long, yeah.
Okay. What about you, Poe? Do you have a daily regimen where if you don't really follow it, when I say a daily regimen, just a specific thing that you do every day that's a big part of your day, if you don't do it, does it affect the tempo or the energy in that day?
Yeah, it'll affect me because I know that I didn't do something. And so it subconsciously and consciously is probably going to wear on my mind and affect maybe how I move throughout the day or how I feel throughout the day.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Do you guys try to catch up to it? Like, you know what, I forgot to do this. Let me see if this will change the tone of my day by going back to it.
Well, I need a routine, so I require a routine. So if I don't stick to the routine,
right,
I got things that I feel like I have to do
Mm-hmm.
every day because it's repetitious each day.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to do something by a certain time of the day.
Yeah.
So if you don't do something if you don't do something in the morning, some things can be done in the evening. But if you have to do something before lunchtime and you don't get it done, then that can definitely have an effect. So, yeah.
I can see that. Yeah.
I just lacking energy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if there's certain things that I don't do that I normally do, part of the routine, for whatever reason, it's like I run out of gas early. It's like, I'd be like, man, it got dark around 6. I'll be ready for bed. Shit, I'm crashing like 6:37 anyway if I ain't on top of my game. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like making sure I do what's necessary for me to be on top of it. That's all.
Is it a struggle to try to maintain to maintain the right energy to get things done, to get tasks done, to
only when that only happens like when time is thrown off. You know what I'm saying? Like that's more of a time management type thing, but nah.
What about?
Unless I just don't want to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of that.
You know what I'm saying? Then it's dragging your feet like, oh, I got homework. Yeah, I can knock it out, but I ain't really. There's hoop on Sunday.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. I wish, man.
I'm a procrastinator, so.
Bruh. And see, and I do that too. I'm good at procrastinating. Like, I execute some of my best work under pressure. So it's like, and then like back early in college, I was that guy that would write up the paper the night before and
you used to cram
in the morning, and just it wouldn't even be cramming. It would just be like, I know I can do it. Like papers, writing, I get, you know what I'm saying?
Because you're doing your brainstorming and all that the weeks beforehand, like you're thinking about your paper.
Yeah,
But you're
yeah.
not-
Mentally,
you're not-
yeah. It's
like Jay-Z
you
or
know,
somebody.
wheels
thinking
are
about the
turning.
verse.
Mm-hmm.
And then when it's time for when they play the beat, it's like I already wrote the verse kind of in my head. I got this.
see that meme where he just like had the glasses on. He like,
You know,
all right, I'm ready.
Yeah, yeah.
Drop it.
Yeah, I'm the opposite, bro. I gotta have like some schedule, some organization. Because if I, just me personally, if I don't, it'll show. It'll show in my work. It'll show like, okay, I wasn't prepared. Only thing, maybe like maybe writing a verse or something like that. Like I could probably get busy like that because the creativity is being forced a little bit, and I'm in an environment where I don't want to come up short. But like just executing things, like I like to have everything planned out, mapped out, and if I don't, then it's gonna show. It's gonna show chaos.
So I have an action list, right?
Mm-hmm.
Things I need to take action on and execute. But like planning my days, not too much. I kind of wing it. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like,
Because you're not gonna stick to it.
well, shit happens, right?
Mhm.
All the time, and plans don't always go according to plan.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's just like, I know I had to do homework. I know I got to shoot order. I know I'm going to record on Sundays, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I got to knock those things out. Now, when I choose to knock them out, has to revolve around the designated time that I pull up for us to, link. So I can either do it before or after or somewhere in between. And it's all up to me when. Now I got my ass up early. I was up at 6 doing homework. After that, I clean kick so that once I'm done handling all my business and being productive, I have the rest of the day for me and I can cut off however I want.
Mm-hmm.
But it wasn't necessary for me to do that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
See,
Like,
a schedule for a procrastinator is hard to stick to, but task management is necessary.
Mm-hmm.
So if you know what task you have to complete and for that day,
Mm-hmm.
something's got to be done by a certain time. But for me as a procrastinator, if I write out a schedule and say, okay, this is what I'm going to do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, the schedule's over by Monday morning.
no, that's
it's
why I'm
over.
laughing because, like, bro,
Monday
like,
morning
when you
it's
trying to
over.
do that, like, I'm gonna get up and at 6 I'm gonna do this, and at 6:30 I'm gonna do that, then 7, and then I'm gonna do I sleep till 8,
You see
and
how
then
he
I
got
knock all
those
that stuff.
X's? He got a lot of X's marked up over there. Like my shit would have just been nothing there. And then you're like,
Well, first of all, don't get it
it
twisted.
seemed like you
because
completed some shit.
yeah, but don't get it twisted. Sometimes I'll be a few days off, but that I have to. I learned getting older that I have to have some kind of structure because in school I didn't do my homework, especially if I had a teacher that was like, okay, this is due in 3 weeks or this is gonna happen in 4 weeks. I'm like, oh, I got hella time. I ain't even got to start on until week 3. So as I got older, I understood. I always knew how to be a neat person. You know what I'm saying? But I never knew how to bring that into how I execute plans as a youngster. So when I started fusing them together, I realized, okay, I could be a little bit successful. Like, even at my job, I'll set up my email that I got to send every day, my handoff to management every day, a day before. So I'll send mine off before I leave. And then I'll set up the thing for the next shift, next day. So all I got to do is fill it out again. By me doing that helps me because if I don't, it's not even like a desire. Like I'm not even one of those people where it's like, oh, perfect here, perfect there, whatever. I can't do that. And then there's some things that I don't like to schedule because it'll take away the creativity and how I do it. Like I don't schedule a session when I'm recording music, or I don't. Even sometimes when I write a song, like I don't have like a concept of what it's gonna be when I hear the beat. I'm waiting until I listen and I'm writing and in that mode, and then I'm gonna come up with it.
I got this saying, and this kind of like if you've been around me long enough, you've heard me say it, and like I really live like this. I don't think people really be feeling me, but I just do shit,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like, like you said, I can't plan. I just be crit. Like I just do shit. Like I got a pair of shoes right now that I'm working on that are pretty much done, and they're crazy. It's different. I don't know how it came about, And the only reason that they're done now is because I randomly got in the mood. I just do shit. You know what I'm saying? Like there's no plan for it. There was no.
But see, I actually appreciate concepts like that sometimes, because when somebody creates something special, and then when somebody want to ask the story behind it, now you got to bullshit your way through, even if it didn't happen like that, because there needs to be a story. When it's just like that right there, sometimes when you say just doing shit, sometimes that's just the raw talent talking. You know what I'm saying? Or that's just the love of what you do talking. It doesn't necessarily have to be a dialogue, a story with a cast and crew and a setting. It's just simply, you know what, I decided. I got songs like that too, where I was just
I'm
like,
living life like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I really just be winging it. Like,
yeah. But you know what? People have made that. I know society has made winging it 100% bad thing, and it's not.
I mean, I was a kid who did well in school. I liked school, and I was always procrastinated. But I learned that I can't multitask very well.
Yeah.
I'm not very good at multitasking, because then both sides are screwed up.
But you know what? There's some advice out there by millionaires and billionaires that don't believe in multitasking, and they're extremely successful. So sometimes it does break down to a preference in how you operate in whatever setting you're in. There's not a recipe book for everyone.
It's really just learning
depends.
how you
Yeah,
function.
I'm about to say it depends on the person, and then on top of that, it's like it depends on what the things are that you're trying to multitask between.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like there are certain things that really require your undivided attention and focus for the best possible outcome. So you trying to multitask on multiple things, you spread yourself thin, and then you don't get the best possible outcome in any one of the things that you were working on because you split the focus.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like having to understand how it is that you operate. Everybody isn't able to do that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that really is a technique that you kind of are gifted with. Like
this is true.
You're taught how to quote unquote learn rather than understanding how you learn. Like in school nowadays, they're changing like the structure of teaching and things like that. But in school, most of people don't realize how they learn.
What's in there? Like it's visual, linguistic. There's a lot of different ways people learn, and you have to understand the best way that you taking information and kind of gravitate towards learning that way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So,
like if you was to read me something off of a page, I would be like, and it was a question for some homework question. Reading it off the page, I could hear it
and comprehend it,
but I'm gonna need to see it. I'm not going to be able to comprehend.
I'm a firm believer
I have
in
to
that.
see. I heard the words you said. I heard the words you said, but I gotta see it for me to even understand what I just heard.
Yeah.
It's like I'm like, oh no, let me see.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll tell you.
Yeah.
I'll tell you.
Yeah. Let me see. It's like I just read it too. It's like, yeah, I know.
I'm really big
like
on learning like
let
that.
Me,
I'm really big on learning like that. Like we just did a project yesterday. I'm beat, tired, laying concrete down in the backyard. And as many times as and this is what's crazy too, as many times as I've watched it being done on YouTube, and I watched contractors come into my backyard and do the work, when I did it myself, it did not even seem as difficult as far as in knowing what to do and remembering what to do as even reading or watching someone else do it. So being hands-on is extremely helpful for somebody like me. Instead of sitting back and watching it.
The way people deliver the information to you.
That is a big deal.
You know what I'm saying? The words that they use and the way, like a lot of people will add extra steps.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Not necessarily. Yeah.
Exactly. But on the same case, some people will try to streamline the process where all them extra steps are needed.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it depends on who it is that you're actually getting the information from, and if they have the understanding of what's needed, what's necessary to help you understand how you yourself can execute it.
You know, it's crazy you mentioned that. I took some training last year called Twi Training, training within industry. And
the West Incorporated.
And the crazy thing about it is the concept behind it is the goal when we were taking a class was to basically create a breakdown of a job that you have to do, and to try to explain how to do it, 40 words max. And while you're training, you're just consistently repeating the same thing over and over again. But every time you repeat it, you're adding something to it. So you demonstrated the first time. I'm bringing this up because I really liked it. The first time you demonstrated, right? The second time you demonstrated in a step-by-step process. The third time you demonstrated with the steps and the key points, basically the reason for the steps. And then the fourth time you make them do it. And you're watching them do it the whole time.
The repetition.
Right. So it's the repetition and it's the visual. The only thing I disagreed with about the program is they were hell-bent on, like, you know, deciding what a step or a key point was. And that could just be and that right there can confuse anybody, because what somebody defines as a step for them can be a key point for somebody else. But other than that, it was a good feather to have in my cap as far as in how to show people to do things realistically. Like, I have a son, you know, it gave me some game on, like, you know what, I'm going to teach like this, you know what I'm saying? Because it just was really helpful. And then I like the whole try to keep it 40 words, because you could lose somebody talking so damn much. You know what I mean? I don't know how many times somebody lost me in a classroom trying to explain to me a new way to do math or a new part of English or whatever the case it is.
I live by the elevator speech.
Yeah.
Well,
that's a good one.
In this day and age, people have a very, very, very small window, their attention span. I mean, and that could be due to social media, TV, whatever. But their attention span is small. So having a small business and conversing about that small business, you only have a certain amount of time before you lose anybody anyway.
Yes. Yeah.
So the introduction, outside of my name, this is what I do, elevator speech. You feel me? How long does it take to get from one floor to the next? 30 seconds to a minute?
30 seconds, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, boom.
Yeah.
And operating like that has worked out better, because I don't like to talk anyway. Like, I don't like to just engage in conversation for hella long. Like,
this will be Jelani's last episode, ladies and gentlemen.
So I can wait till the end, but since he brought it up, engage in hella conversation, just, man. Like, because people talk about stuff that don't really be too versed in, basically.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that happens with shoes a lot. So, 30-second elevator. Like, oh, well, yeah, that's cool. What? Oh, here I come. All right, my man, you have a good one. You got the card. Like, leave me alone, man. All that extra shit. I mean, yeah. Tap in, y'all.
But I did want to bring something to y'all that was on the brain for a minute. And it was basically like history and the respect that comes with it. You know, and I've been thinking about that a lot. I know, you know, with Black History Month, you know, they try to relegate, you know, our history to only a month. And so a lot of us don't acknowledge it. But I do want to get your guys' insight on how you feel about history and how you feel about the respect it should have or shouldn't have, and just some of the things that we've seen in our adulthood.
Well, that's just the issue. There's respect for all history except ours. There's a lack of respect for our history. Majorly. You feel me? The fact that it's relegated to just a month. And then, like, outside of that, nobody else acknowledges or really speaks on it outside of our culture, our hue. You know what I'm saying? And then this month comes around and everybody wants to talk about it, and they want to showcase certain things and have certain people on their shows because they want to pander to us to get more sales and boost up their ratings. Like, all history should be respected on a high level, because you can't know where you're going if you don't know where you came from. Yeah. But with that being said, Black history is a major part of American history. You understand what I'm saying? So to disregard it or to downplay it, it's to downplay a major part of history overall.
Yeah. 100% right, man. I can't argue with that. You got something on your mind, Poe. You doing the beard.
Oh, no, I'm just listening.
I was waiting for him to chime in. You know, this the teacher over here.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm at odds sometimes. like, I understand Black History Month, but then it's also, it hinders our ability to go beyond, like, just recognizing the same people every year on the same month.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you have Black History Month, then that just means that, okay, we'll wait until Black History Month. Like, people, like, if they're...
Yeah, they get a whole month. What do they need any other time for?
I mean, we wait until Thanksgiving before we have a big sit down with our family and eat this large meal. We wait until Thanksgiving. Like, in that perspective, the way that I'm thinking. So if we didn't have a Black History Month, perhaps that would maybe allow for us to be able to have more of a conversation about Black history throughout the year without it seeming like we're just complaining or you know, I don't know. And then, so I'm at ends with that. Like, I get it, I understand it. I mean, I don't have any problem with it, but I think that may be a hindrance to our ability to go beyond just, you know, the cliche Black History Month recognitions.
Yeah.
Fun fact, it used to be Black History Week.
So you working our way up.
I mean, I'm just saying, though, it used to be Black History Week, and then they made it a month.
So in 100 years, we might get like 2-3 months.
But see, this
Like,
is the
because
other
it was
part
some
of
Black Quarter?
a couple of activists and some other major Black people whose birthdays were in February. I can't remember names right now. And so because of that, they had the Black History Week in like the first or second month of February. Yeah, check it out. Pull it up. You finna.
It's good.
No, I mean, a fact check. I mean, please.
No, I felt a buzz in my pocket.
Oh,
no,
he's not even.
No, I wasn't Googling you.
I wasn't Googling you.
I thought he was back in. No. But so because of that, it was, I want to say, like maybe the first or second week of February, something like that, and then it ended up being extended to the whole month of February. I found out because somebody was like, why do we got the shortest month of the year? And it's like, it used to be a week. We got a month.
We can shorten it for you.
This is the other thing, though, for me.
They said mixed people got to stop on the 14th.
Or start.
This is my thing.
Depends
though.
on which one your mother was. I'm playing.
Who's stopping us from celebrating Black history? Any other?
Nobody.
Well, see, and that's the thing about it.
Who's
like,
who's to say that all of us can't just say, all right, on March 23rd, we finna all just go to the park. All Black people finna go to the park. Your job, so what?
Yeah.
Hey, on the 23rd, I'm taking the 23rd off.
Yeah.
I mean, we could do that.
We could still do it. Like, that's my thing. That's where I'm at odds with it at, is that because we feel as though we have to have them recognize something about us. It's like, no, they recognize everything about us that we didn't ask them to, and they joined in on it. Like hip hop, anything that's cultural to us, we didn't ask their permission to do it. We did it.
Yeah.
And then they joined with us and then made it, you know, more popular, quote unquote.
Yeah.
But nobody's stopping us from doing it.
But and that's the thing.
us.
It's like, you know, in a lot of circles, a lot of information and history and findings of, you know, our ancestors and those who came before us is shared. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's shared. It's the fact that when February hits, everybody else,
it's that programming
chooses to highlight.
And I see some of us do it. I see some of our own
You know what I'm
people
saying?
like.
They can keep doing it in February.
Yeah.
Y'all keep, that's cool. February, y'all handle February, y'all got it. And then we just gonna keep doing what we doing. And then y'all just keep coming along, add March in there, and then y'all do y'all calendar thing. That's cool. But what we gonna do over here is we gonna keep rocking how we rocking, and we gonna keep talking about these people throughout the entire year.
Yeah.
If we feel like it.
I love all that. And I mean, February is cool, but I really could care less because as I get older, I start just, like you said, just doing whatever you want to do. You know what I'm saying? I don't celebrate President's Day, but I'll celebrate Dr. King. So I'll take Dr. King off from work. You know what I'm saying? Or it was crazy. What was everybody just celebrating, man? Oh, that's crazy. They were celebrating President's Day this year, and it actually fell on the anniversary of the day that Malcolm X was assassinated. You know what I mean? I don't know if that was a coincidence or whatever. You can fact check it.
His phone was on. I heard it.
Nah,
I
just messing around.
Someone's trying to call me.
It's so popular, guys.
Yeah, very. You know what I'm saying? But
Well, you haven't seen him.
yeah, it's been a minute. I need you to sign some stuff. But on the real, like
NDA?
no NDA, man. Just a couple autographs and stuff like that.
Big time, man.
But I do think that us as a people need, as a unit, need to just do our own thing and just start ignoring certain shit that's been programmed. And I know that could be hard because a lot of us have been doing it our whole lives, and you know what I'm saying, never really looked at it that way, but just start doing what we want to do.
It's just like people don't like. I have family members that'll come over sometimes, and the things that I'll either grow or make myself, they'll act as if the stuff that they buy from the store is the real thing.
Wait,
so
what?
Like people are caught in the matrix. So like they'll say, "Well, I like real lotion or something." Or not. So
Let me turn him up real quick.
people don't realize that they can do shit themselves. So the reason I'm saying that they'll say the real thing is at the store is because they're caught in the matrix, not knowing that they can do the shit themselves.
Wait, they'll come to a garden and say
or
that.
they'll see something that, like, let's say I make some ketchup. They'll say the real ketchup. I want the real ketchup. Or like, but
That's crazy.
That is the real ketchup.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's
the
wild.
one you got is actually the fake one. But you don't know you can make the thing that they selling you. You can go do it yourself. So my whole thing is people don't realize that you can just do shit yourself. You don't have to wait on anyone. You can just go do it yourself.
That's crazy.
Because they'll be caught in the matrix of thinking that they
The only reason why you ain't came up short is because I pulled up over there with no bags. That's the only reason. Because that is a great example of like people waiting on something else, waiting on someone else to say, all right, we going? Right. All right, cool, let's roll. You know what I'm saying?
It's crazy though, because I mean, I have seen some people who like push that agenda all the time.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like there are, so I mean, like slowly but surely. Cause I hear and I be seeing a lot of people like, I don't need no month. I celebrate being black. All right, that's cool, but are you like, celebrating it out loud and pushing out information and knowledge for others year round? You know what I'm saying? So it's just like we got to get to that point because everybody right now is I'm black all the time, man. We see that, but you know what I'm saying? Like
black online,
right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
black online, bruh. You know what? I really, really feel that a lot because I think people misinterpret what that means. It's not about you going and grabbing some dashikis, throwing a fist up, throwing a whole bunch of black art up and stuff like that. It's
that doesn't
really
mean I'm woke.
It's really no. I'm sorry, you're not woke.
Yeah,
I'm gonna cancel my order right now.
Send these incense back, but the thing is there's so much more responsibility that comes with it. It's how you treat each other in public. It's how you treat each other, period. It's the the kind of conversations you have it with each other, the magnitude and the tone of the conversations that you're having with people.
He just made a new word. Magnetone.
Yeah.
Watch your magnetone. Okay. Bring it to a minotone.
That sounds like a different part of the choir, huh? Magnetones. It's your turn.
I thought he was talking about some Republican shit.
Yeah.
The magatone.
Bro, it's a different red hat, huh?
You see where he
But yeah.
part of the government.
What cabinet is you in? But I mean,
Wrong one?
I think that's part of the thing that people don't understand is the responsibility that comes with it. Because if people really understood the responsibility that came with things that they model themselves after or desire, they might think twice about if they really are down with it. Yeah,
because see, when it comes, that's another thing where I say I'm at ends. What you brought up, Black history is crazy. Like, it's crazy. We talk about Black history, man. I chill.
Nah.
Because look, my thing is, bro, first we need to decide on what does Black history mean to us. So like we know what history is. It's things that occurred in the past, events, things. We can summarize that in so many different ways.
Right.
But what does it mean to us as a people? Because we talk about Black history, but what do that mean? Why are we so captivated by Black history? Because the way we walk around this earth daily, it don't really coincide with what I think our like attachment to Black history is.
Oh, absolutely, bro.
Well, the attachment to Black history isn't the same as being reflective of Black history, and that's just the thing about it. It's just like if you were looking at Black history and looking to be reflective of it and be more, you know what I'm saying, then you would carry yourself different. You would operate differently. You would talk differently. The things that you would do would be different just because of how our ancestors were, if we're going to go as far back as Egypt, and then what our ancestors went through when we talk about slavery. So if you put those two things together with where you're at now, how you act, how you carry yourself, how you operate, it wouldn't look nothing like how people are out here now. You see what I'm saying? So I get what you're saying. It's like people talk about Black history, but you're talking about it and it really doesn't hold any weight to you. Because if it did, you wouldn't be just talking about it. You would be showcasing it, operating it. You would be reliving it in certain instances, or you know what I'm saying? Like how you move would be different.
Yeah, because I mean, obviously, we're gonna have outliers. No one's perfect. No group of people are perfect. But it just seems as though we're just outraged at us not being either recognized or included. But it just really, what is the effect that it has on you daily? Because we kind of seem outright, you know.
Not to interrupt, but I'm just like, you saying like outraged by not being included, but it's like they gotta wake up because we've never been included.
Well, no, this is what I mean. This is what I mean. The mere mention of anything that has to do with us will bring out outrage from individuals who really just are only affected because they heard the word Black or something about it. They have a surface level understanding of what it is that they're even complaining about.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. I think we got a lot of different. When I look at our people as different task forces, right? Or the task forces. And you have some of us that are trying to promote entrepreneurship, some of us that are trying to share history, some of us that are activists, and, you know, as far as the positive, right?
Right.
And I think the thing about it is that we're trying to do so much damage control, but yeah, we don't have a uniform way of doing it because of maybe how much damage has been done and how much history we're trying to catch up on. Because not a week goes by where I learn something new about our people that happened in the past or the present or what's being worked on for the future. And I mean, the population in this country of African Americans is around 41 million?
I'm not even sure.
And so we're definitely not the majority. We're definitely a minority. You know what I'm saying? And so if you break down those 41 million people and you look at how we're all doing different things, because since the 80s, since before we were born, we've been, you can go look at the footage of what we need to be doing and how we need to do it. But I think it's just been a lot of years, probably since the civil rights movement of just a whole bunch of damage control, just a whole bunch of, we got to fill this in right here. We got to fix this over here. We got to do this. So when you pose the question of like what it means to be Black and what does it mean to us and our history and things like that, I think it starts even deeper with taking everything that you're affiliated with, right? You know, you as a father, a brother, a cousin, a relative, what it is you do for a profession. If you just strip all of those things away and ask yourself, who are you? You know, if you can't answer that question, then probably start there and try to figure that out. And then kind of move forward to, all right, now that you know who you are, what are these things that you can't change about yourself? Like, being black and the history you come from. What does that mean to you? Okay, you know what it means to you. All right, now how are you going to move forward with those beliefs and those feelings? Whether it means nothing to you or it means something to you, you still got to make a choice on, you know, how it's going to affect you for the rest of your life, right? Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I think if some conversations or a lot of conversations from influential people started there, you know, that could have an effect. And when I say influential people, I'm not talking about the typical, you know, hip hop or entertainment, because I don't believe that's the only influential people we have.
Dr. Umar?
I don't believe that all of those people are the most influential people in our.
Talking about Dr. Umar, man. We can get him up here real quick.
We gonna have to donate to the.
Please no.
We gonna have to donate to the Frederick.
I ain't gonna be able to be here because
my
son is not fully black, so
I'm not gonna be able. Well, if we do that, if we do that, we gonna have to donate to the Frederick Douglass, Marcus Garvey, Michael Jordan, Michael Jackson, Mike Tyson School Academy.
Right.
So
is that the name?
I think that's half of it.
It's half, yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
So you trying to get
just at the Sojourner?
Why you want to get Umar up here so bad?
Nah, I definitely don't want Umar up here, man. We get canceled fast.
We finna get canceled right now.
Over with. Nah. Umar, that brother is, yeah.
I never knew that y'all had an opinion though. I got my own opinion, but I didn't know y'all had an opinion.
On Umar?
Yeah, I didn't know that.
I don't really have an opinion on Umar.
Oh, you got a fact?
Nah. No, I'm just making an observation about Umar.
Oh, you have an understanding.
I don't understand him. No, I'm just making an observation.
I wish that brother the best.
Because listen, I was on the Umar bus.
Mm-hmm.
I was headed down to the academy, dog. I was going to get on the bus. I was going to go down there, and then he started talking a whole different tune one day. I was like,
what was he talking?
Umar didn't seem like the same Umar. Like, it's like Kanye college dropout. That was the original.
So he came in the house, Umar, and left.
He was
Omar.
College drop. right. Now, real talk. Nah, he definitely came in the building, Umar, and left Omar. Yes, for sure.
What did he say? Or do?
No, it's just.
Or invest in?
He was very. He's. What's the word I'm looking for?
Anti?
Of course, he's very anti, but controversial now. He wasn't controversial before.
He was progressive.
He just had, there we go. Yeah, he was progressive. And then he just got.
He went from talking about making things happen to being on some crazy nonsense.
Yeah, like he was just ranting.
Viral over social media with the nonsense.
Saying things that you would be like, that ain't even. Now, bro, you are on Xanax. You're not woke. You're on Perks, whatever it is.
Little Caucasian baby, like a grown man.
Yeah.
Bruh.
Hello, sir. How you doing? I was like, he's 2. I don't even understand
Umar,
you.
Somebody gonna fight you, bro. You can't talk to a 2-year-old like that. Well, I have mine. I talk to my 2-year-old. But it has to be your 2-year-old. You can't talk to someone else's 2-year-old.
Probably at that night, nigga. You gonna eat these vegetables?
Umar don't got rice in his house.
He what?
He don't have rice at his house.
Why?
It's white.
What? White on rice, man. He don't eat white rice. He eats brown rice, dirty rice, wild rice.
So you say he don't have no rice, or he don't have no white rice?
White rice. My bad.
Oh, okay.
No, I don't think I have
white
rice in my house currently.
Well, he's living a life then.
Oh man, Umar don't
Spanish
Umar don't
rice,
even use
brown
bleach.
Rice.
Man,
when he washes clothes, he don't use bleach.
He said that?
No, I'm sure
he
he
don't
doesn't.
Facts?
I'm sure he doesn't. I'm sure he doesn't want to make his whites whiter.
This turned into crazy facts about Omar.
He doesn't want to make his whites whiter. Why would he add bleach?
So he be in Macy's. Where the beige tees at?
These thoughts are the thoughts of Poe and Poe alone. These are not the thoughts of the Notion podcast.
You gonna make me put the disclaimer
Not
up?
having bleach because you don't want your whites to be whiter is crazy.
So he don't have nothing white, huh?
Nah,
I do know he's extremely against
interracial.
Yeah. And my thing is, I mean, you could be whoever you are, but like I think going on a campaign talking about how you're against interracial and you basically taking upon yourself to decide what's black and what's not or who's black enough is not going to get your school built. That's just my opinion.
Definitely not
going to get your school built, bro.
Especially like if there hasn't been like a vote for people to put you at the front.
I mean,
you can't, you can't just be speaking on behalf of all black people. Like,
yeah, bro, it's not finna happen, bro. Like you are really turning into,
especially in 2022. Do you realize how many mixed black kids are running?
Yes,
your school is not even going to be filled. This is going to be only a couple of kids there. Yeah, they're all black.
It's going to be the X-Men Academy, and he's definitely going to be Professor X'd out of the community. Because
how many people that he? Never mind.
Yes,
you got it, Omar.
Yeah, man. Back to Black History.
Yeah,
that's definitely
that's gonna be in Black History.
Yeah, oh, it definitely
pretty soon, in like 3 years, they're gonna talk about.
I don't think he should make it into.
Oh, he's gonna make it in his own way.
We don't have a choice. It's part of our history.
He's gonna make it in his own way. Whether it's that footnote of an example of what to do or not to do or what not to say.
And see, Umar love to squint his eyes in when he says something, like he like makes it seem like it's so fact.
Yeah, it's real. Like he says it with a whole bunch of conviction, with all of his convictions. And I don't. Yeah, I mean, hey, I watch other people.
He has to do stand up. Yeah. All right, let's move on.
I watch other people.
He has to do stand up. Oh my god. Oh, Umar, man.
Yo, but how do we have the proper respect for history? Like, what do you think is done wrong about the way people are not our people? I'm not talking about everybody else, because right now this is a village conversation. What are some things that you guys seen for yourself or feel for yourself as far as in like the respect that we should be having? And it doesn't have to just be about specifically Black history, but things in our culture that we are not showing enough respect to. That's part of our history and part of our heritage and stuff like that.
Honestly, my viewpoint kind of changes a little bit sometimes.
Okay.
Well, why do we care whether they, like, for us, it's like, hold on, repeat your question one more time.
It was a long question. It was loaded, but I'll give you an example of what I feel. You know what I'm saying? Like, as far as in the way that we show respect,
okay, I
really feel like our elders are getting disrespected, like on a heavy level. I mean, we see it in, for us that listen to hip hop music, we see OGs get dissed from time to time, and it's funny and shit to younger generations and stuff like that. And that shit ain't really ever been funny to me. But even just older people, like the baby boomers, our parents, sometimes the disrespect that they get dealt to, you know what I'm saying? I'm not really a fan of that. Like, my mom has told me some stories about some encounters just being in the store, and, a younger girl or younger people and how they act. And that shit infuriates me, because I'm like, damn, why wasn't I there? Now, obviously there was a reason, but just my personal example, I just feel like, as far as the elders, because there's so much wisdom there.
That's the part of history right there. That's actually a part of history. And to not respect ourselves or them is a problem for me, for sure. Because we all come from that generation of, you talk how you want to talk, but when you get around elders or somebody that's a family friend or someone who's an authority figure in some sense, you're gonna
anybody older than you, anybody that's an adult. No, straight up, because you got to understand something. Like, even now, right, at the age that we're at, if you was to go over to your parents' house and they was kicking it with their friends, you walk in the room, guess what just happened? You just became a child again.
Yeah.
You understand? And you better speak to everybody. You better show some respect.
Grown folks' business.
Oh no, you came into the room, you speak to everybody, you show respect, and you're leaving.
Yeah, you do.
This conversation isn't for you.
Yeah.
But there's a lack of,
it's staying in your place.
With all the stuff that is being said, and people are saying, like, there's just something that kept going off in my head. I just keep hearing it. They don't care. There's no care. You feel me? Whether that means because there's a lack of respect for self, others, authority, and viewing older people as authority, or however they just don't care. You understand what I'm saying? And the same thing goes for the history. They don't care. In a lot of ways, a lot of people in this younger generation, of course, but they tie history to school.
Yeah.
Didn't like history in school. Don't care about history now.
Right.
If history's so important, why isn't it still going on? You hear somebody say some stupid shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, but the thing about it is there's a lack of care and concern.
Yeah.
In both those areas, whether we're talking about elders and the wisdom or the history and the lack of acknowledgement, because nobody cares.
Yeah.
You feel like, think about it. I'm sure you have shared certain pieces of information pertaining to Black history, and there was a lack of acknowledgement or respect for it. But you could turn around and share the latest gossip or BS news going on, and people be
they chiming in,
and because they care about that, because to them that's relevant. They don't deem history to be relevant. So if you don't deem it relevant, why are you going to care about it? Right? These elders are past their time. It's my time now. They're on their way out. I'm high. Why am I going to be concerned with older people? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so if you have a lot of individuals, people, adults, whatever, looking at things this way, you feel me? Youth, younger, teenagers, then trying to give them information as far as history goes, or us being older, trying to give them knowledge, there's no respect there. So then it sounds like there's a disconnect on top of them not giving you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so then how do you make them care?
They
Yeah.
don't have their understanding of who elders are. Like in many instances and in many areas of our culture, some elders were removed, whether you want to call them OGs, or whether you want to call them fathers. A lot of those individuals were removed, and then our youth, our grandparents are much younger now. I thought my grandma was 65 forever.
I did too. I did too.
You got a question?
Go ahead, Jelani.
Question, like, call on me.
Yeah.
So check this out, right? All right, boom. So check this out. I got something for y'all. In our generation, in every other generation, right? There was OGs.
I knew you were gonna say it.
Right? There were OGs. There were people who gave you game, gave you knowledge, whether it was in life or in the streets. Right? How to tuck the bundle, how to hold the thing. You know what I'm saying? How to, whatever it was.
How to fight.
Whatever it was. Now, our generation out here wilding, becoming parents at a young age, going to jail at a young age. Not you, but I'm just saying. Dying at a young age, right? And then on top of that, just hoarding the game.
Yeah.
So
guilty. Yeah.
The generation under us lacked OGs. They lacked people to give them the game and the knowledge and show them the certain way to do things and make things happen, right? So then that means that they had to learn on their own.
Right.
And so when you learn on your own, you go about it whatever way works for you, whether it be deemed right or wrong is right for you because it works for you. Whether it goes against the code, the rules, the regulations, the guidelines, all of that's irrelevant because I learned how to do this on my own.
Right.
There was nobody here to show me. There was nobody here to teach me. There's nobody here to guide me, right?
So it's like, you gonna not tell me how to do something and then try to tell me the rules?
Wait, though. And then after they have come into this age of adulthood, because at 18 you're deemed an adult, right? And you can be kicked out of the house. You have to make choices on your own, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now they're out here in the world with the rest of us adults, doing things the wrong way, stepping on toes, making things look bad, interfering, basically just fucking things up. Now we want to come around and give them information, right? We want to give them guidance. We want to show them how to do things and show them how to maneuver, right? Because now they're in the way and they're messing things up, right? But they don't care and they don't give a fuck and they have no respect for it because we weren't there when they needed us. So now that they're an adult and they're doing it however it works for them and it's working for them, now you want to come up here and try to give me some game? Now you want to try to help me out? Think of He Got Game, right? Pops went to jail, right? Pops come back and it's like, dude, I'm in college, I'm handling business, I'm raising a little sister. Now you want to come back and try to be my father? Now you want to come back and try to help me after I've done all this on my own? I don't want to hear it. I'm not trying to hear it. I have no respect. I'm not even acknowledged. So that's where the disconnect is. They lack the right way to do things. They lack the respect, the knowledge, the codes, the regulations, and all. They lack all of knowing how to execute and do those things the right way because they didn't have the guidance. Now that they're adults and they're in the way and they're messing things up on a larger scale because they're adults now. Now the older generation wants to come and try to help, but they have no respect for it because when they needed us, we weren't there.
Yeah.
So I don't care about no history. Get your old ass out of here.
Right. What's going on right now?
Yeah, and that's the sad thing is the sad thing about that is that there's some responsibility on our part in our generation, but with the younger people that I don't understand about that for some of our young viewers and listeners is that path ain't gonna help either.
Yeah, you're gonna find out the hard way then.
Yeah, it's just when you do find out what the truth is and what you should be doing, you might be knee high in the shit.
But see, that's the thing. By that time, they're not gonna care. You see what I'm
you
saying?
always care when you get older, man.
Well, yeah, after the fact,
If you can get there. Yeah.
Hindsight is always 2020.
I don't know. Some of our generation older and still kind of like, you didn't get it yet. So that's why I was saying I felt you when you said the OGs wasn't there because some of the people that should be considered OGs still ain't grew up. That's why they're not there. They trying to be the little homie. They hanging with the little homies, doing what the little homies do, dressing how they dress. You know what I'm saying? Still trying to be trendy and relevant.
Bro, I put on something baggy and I was like, yeah, I'm giving this away. Won't be doing that. Not in my 20s.
It's just so crazy, huh?
Bro, sweater's so big. I'm giving this away too. It just eat right, lose weight, and give it clothes away. Shoes still fit though. Going nowhere. So.
Yeah, they was about to be in your comment section. Like, since you're in the giving mood, those ones.
Yeah, I be giving you the finger. Yeah, put on my shoes. It's not happening.
No, I think that I think we touched up on a lot of good points, man. A lot of things that people got to pay attention to, and one of the things I can wrap up with saying is that I think our generation is at a very critical point because we're at a point where we still are young enough to make some impactful decisions and also make some terrible decisions, moving forward. So it's almost like you really got to pick a side at this point of whether you're going to grow up or not, if you're going to care or not, and how you're going to show that you care about the things that's going on, in your life and in the world and in the community. And that word community, like I'm talking about, like, what are you doing for your people that's going to be progressive for the future? Because I keep hearing the word community, black community, and sometimes I don't know if people think there's the community of motherfuckers on the comment section or people that's just going to gather together on Facebook. But your community, like, are you out like coaching kids and giving advice? Are you out seeing what kids in the neighborhood that don't have a dad or don't have a mom and could use a mentor or something, some things like that?
I'm glad you brought that up because that was one of my things that I was actually that was one of the examples I was talking about when I said, like, we walk around here every day, but we're not, like, I spent many of years working for extended learning programs, after school programs, working with kids, high school, all that.
All right.
So
Yeah.
all of us aren't required to do the work in that fashion. There's some of us that are more informative.
Yeah, some people can provide jobs, or
networking. Some of us are the people who are going to go out and deal with the youth. There's all kind of different ways that you can do the work, but for some of us, is and I'm saying us, because
Yeah.
I'm included.
Right.
We just walk by some of these, you know, in the neighborhood, there could be someone dealing with a situation or someone that you could be assisting, but we kind of have that mindset still of worrying about ourselves. So sometimes we walk by the individuals that we could be assisting and helping
Right.
a lot. And
But you pro-black. I know exactly what you mean.
I mean,
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
And we dealing with life, so obviously there's those things as well. It's not like, you know, you can't be helping everybody. You're gonna
be hopping on everywhere. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Go to jail.
Yeah, man. It's a very touchy topic, and
it's a topic that can be. It's a topic that can be, you know, just discussed in one episode, 1 hour, or just amongst a few people.
Right.
But to spark the conversation, it's always important. You know what I mean?
I heard a sentence once. He said, "Everybody put your smartphones down and get involved." Right? Because, I mean, if you think about it, how many hours do people spend on their phone and social media?
Hours.
Internet.
Hours, yeah.
YouTube and all type of stuff, getting lost in it. And it's like, do you really interact with your community, other people? You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
People just really be like going through life.
Yeah. I don't know who said that. I don't know who to quote on that, but I definitely agree. Like, we got to start putting our smartphones down, you know, and we got to get up and get involved, man. Just make sure when you pick your smartphone up that you tune into the Notion podcast.
Man, I miss the world being open.
Yeah. But yeah, y'all tune into the Notion podcast.
I was just thinking out loud, my bad.
Nah, I mean, it'll get there one day.
Well, because it's like, you know, there's not even like school right now, right? Like they still, in a lot of cases, they're still doing online.
Golly, man.
And it's like, you know, he was talking about like getting involved, and it's like, you know, I used to mentor and tutor at community centers, and like I enjoyed that, but that's non-existent.
I worked for the city too. When I was like 18 or 19, I coached Two Rivers and Glenwood, I think.
And what?
Basketball and flag football.
We going to the course after this.
Hey, bro, I ain't got time for you. I just put down concrete yesterday. You got me, man. Anyways.
That was yesterday. You got some sleep.
Whatever, bro. You've been tuning into the Notion podcast with your boy, Dizzy D Spill, here with my co-host in the building,
Farmer Poe,
Jelani Evans.
And until next time, peace.